I'm seeing a lot of people struggle with their chords, and especially because the guitar is based entirely on shapes, it's very difficult for people to discern, like if you're a beginner guitarist, like what's a B flat minor chord, or what's a G major chord, or what's a G sharp. And yeah, I mean, I'm here to answer all these questions. They're very, very simple, and you should be able to get the vast majority of chord knowledge on the guitar, even if you're even just like a basic, you're just starting to play bar chords, maybe you're in a few weeks. But yeah, so like the best thing you can do, in my opinion, to get all the chords on the neck of the guitar down is if you take a chord and you move it up the neck and you're able to identify where you are in the neck. So you're only going to need 2 chords. So if you take an E major, if you don't know E major, it's this chord here. Cool. And I want you to play that with your last 3 fingers. So not your first 3, like this, but your last 3 fingers. So cool. And I want you to do the same with your A major. So instead of playing an A major like this is what a lot of people play A major like. Play it with your back 3 fingers, your bottom 3 fingers. And that's quite funky to get used to, but I have faith in you, don't worry. Cool, we got that? Now, let's try the E major first. So this is an E major chord. Cool. And a lot of people have a lot of difficulty with barring chords, which is fine. It's probably the hardest thing you have to learn when you're becoming a beginner guitarist to an intermediate guitarist. But basically, I think there's a better way. And if you just bar the bottom 2 strings and just play from the 5th string, if you can reach around with your thumb, hey, go for it. But don't worry about that. That's okay. And with the A major, if you can move that up and try practice that bar. So bar chords are a pain in the neck, but if you can get them down, this is the lesson for you. If you already know bar chords and you think you're into, like, you want to learn a little bit more theory, we got you. Okay, so take your E major. Now, this is your crash course in music theory, and take it with a pinch of salt because there's obviously exceptions to every rule when it comes to music theory. There's no such thing as a B sharp, and there's no such thing as an E sharp. So there's 12 notes in Western harmony, from A to G, then it goes back around to your A. So no such thing as B sharp, no such thing as E sharp. You got it? Okay. So with that knowledge, think about it this way. We're going to move up as if we're just talking the alphabet, okay? So you have your E major. Cool. Yeah. We got that? We know E major? Cool. So if we move that up, remember there's no such thing as an E sharp, so we're going E straight to F. Cool. Cool. And if we move F up a whole fret, that's F sharp, because there's a gap in between F and G. There's like a little stump in between. We're going to call that F sharp. Then G. Cool. You have G. Then you have, of course, G sharp, because we're going up, and then we hit G sharp, so then we have to go back around to A. Yeah, we're getting that. Then it's A sharp, B, no such thing as B sharp, so C, C sharp, and D. Cool. So we made it all up to the 12th fret. And that's the exact same as your open D down here. It's a D chord. Cool. So let's try that with the A shape. So if we move from A, and we move up, A sharp. What's after A sharp? I can't hear you. B. B. No such thing as B sharp, so we hit C. Woo. C sharp. D. D sharp. E. No such thing as E sharp. F. And now I play those chords with like my ring finger flattened down like that because I find it easier, but whatever you find easier. F, F sharp, G. Like that. So that's every major chord up and down the neck, all the way from A to G. And so like E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp. Cool. Okay, now do the exact same thing with your minor chords. Sorry, I'm itching myself. So if you have an A, if you can play an A minor, yeah, play that with your back three fingers, like that, and then move it up. Move it up. What do you got? You got an A sharp minor. Easy. B minor, that's your next one. If you can bar, remember we're not barring the low E, we're barring the A string because it's an A-shaped chord. B minor, C minor, C sharp minor, the spicy one, D minor, D sharp minor, E minor, F minor, how spicy is that? F sharp minor, look at you, you can barely play the guitar but you can name an F sharp minor. So what you want to do is you want to get really good at naming these chords. And what'll happen is you'll notice, you'll be like, hold on, there's an F sharp minor down here and there's an F sharp minor up here, and play both of them. Play both of them. You can do it. You can play it. They're the exact same. So an F sharp minor here is the exact same as an F sharp minor down here. You get me? Yeah? Okay, so here's another one. So E major, take your E major and lift your pinky up, or your first finger up, and move that up and then bar. So like you don't have to bar the whole strings. It's basically just to get yourself into a frame set of knowing how to name the chords. Even if you're fluffing the notes, even if you're like, that's an A minor, you know, or an F minor, just to get yourself comfortable. F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, A minor, A sharp minor, B minor, C minor. What's a C minor? See, like, it's hard to see, but like there's my A minor shape there, and there's me barring the two frets beforehand. Or C minor. Here's a C minor down here. We learned that from our A shape. You count A sharp, B, C, C minor, C minor. Cool. It's cool. So the guitar just repeats itself over and over and over. And that's part of a system called the cage system, where every chord shape essentially is a shape of one of the letters of the word cage. So it's either a C shape, an A shape, a G shape, an E shape, or a D shape. And if you think you can do that, then play a D minor, or D major, I'm sorry, play a D major, move it up a fret, D sharp major, that's an E major, an E major chord, F major, same with your D minor, if you know D minor, D minor, D sharp minor, so that there, that's a D sharp minor, that's a D sharp minor, up here, that's a D sharp minor as well. So all of a sudden your neck has just completely exploded. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Why do some people call them, like, I'm only talking in sharps. Why do some people call them flats? Well, let me tell you, let me educate you. It's actually pretty simple. Some people, it kind of depends on the context of what you're talking of in music theory, but basically a lot of chords have the same names. So, if I tell you the distance between a note is two notes, except for E and B, we know this. So if I have G and A, the distance between that is a little middle. So think of it like a notch on a belt. It's a stepping stone. Cool. So is that a G sharp? So that's our note G, that's our note A. Is it a G sharp or is it an A flat? The answer is both. It's basically whatever you want to call it, given the circumstance of the key you're talking about. And pretty much when you're learning guitar, just call it whatever you think is better. So if you want to go backwards from here, this is B, your B major, B flat major, that's fine. Then A flat major. But actually when we were talking about it earlier, it was a G sharp major. You get me? You get me? Pretty good. Like it's not that bad. Like once you have that down, and if you want to learn how to play like a C shaped chord, and then play the C with your back three fingers, and then move that up, that's That's a C sharp major. That's a D. That's a D major. It's a D major. It's a C-shaped D major. So get good at playing chords. Just taking your open chords, your normal open chords, and moving them up and down. And the what people call the chords, they're called the enharmonic equivalents. Now, when you go to a party and someone says to you, "Hey, bro, play a B flat major chord," you mean an A sharp major chord, you imbecile? And you can do that because now you know all the chords in the guitar. Thank you for watching. I would appreciate if you subscribed, and if something about guitar tricks you and you were like, how does he do that, or how is he talking about this, or I don't understand this, or something's a little bit tricky and I don't get it, message me. Come over to my Instagram, come over to my Twitter, come follow me on Reddit. Just come find me, I will teach you, I will show you. Yeah, thanks for watching, and subscribe, tell your friends if you like me, if you like my videos, have a look at some more. Even the songs that I'm playing that you might think are difficult are taught at a beginner level, so they're great to jump into. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry for rambling, and I hope you learn more about playing the guitar. Goodbye.